I wanted to talk about one of the new game modes coming to Black Ops 4. I haven't seen many other YouTubers cover this mode in depth yet, so allow me to do just that. The game mode itself is called Control. From what I can tell, it's basically several game modes combined into one. For example, it's got search and destroy elements in that your entire team shares limited lives, but I'll expand on that part in just a bit. Likewise, it's also similar to the old Headquarters game mode, where there's two objectives on the map and one team has to attack it and the other has to defend. When you actually capture one of the two objectives, it's almost like domination, although just a bit longer in the time it takes to fully capture an objective. Lastly, these objectives are eerily similar to hardpoint locations, as they take up the entire room that they're located in. So needless to say, it's like several of the game modes from older games got merged into one. So first up, let's discuss the objective of this game. To win around in this game mode, you either need to capture both objectives, which are A and B, or deplete the enemy team's lives. Now I've seen other YouTubers say that each team gets 30 lives per match, but this isn't true from the footage that I captured. According to my own gameplay, each team has 25 lives to work with, and that's it. When you get down to 5 lives left, then it turns more or less into search and destroy rules, where if you die, you're done for the rest of the game and you have to spectate. So let me repeat that. You can die and respawn up to 20 times as a team, but once your team has 5 lives left, you can't respawn if you die. Now if and when you get to this point of having only 5 lives left, the screen will alert you by saying 5 respawns remaining, and it'll continue to alert you after each kill until you run out. As for the objective points, these have 3 sections to them when you attempt to capture it. And just like in domination, the more teammates attempting to capture it with you, the faster these sections will fill up. So with 3 teammates attempting to capture, it took 6.6 seconds for each portion to fill up. So to capture an entire objective point with 3 people, it would take approximately 20 seconds. However, if you attempt to capture one of these as a solo player, you're going to be in a world of hurt. I was up to 12 seconds at one point, and I still didn't even get a single section captured. Now, if I had to guess, I'd say each section takes about 15 seconds to capture as a solo player. So that means around 45 seconds to capture a single objective by yourself, which is a long time. So there's a catch here though, which is something I didn't actually notice while playing. I only saw this upon reviewing the footage. So when the attacking team starts capturing the objective, the captured portion will stay even if everyone attempting to capture it dies. Now if a defending team gets on the objective, the bar will start to go down. However, if one of the 3 sections gets filled up all the way, it'll stay that way forever. So watch here as I hop on the objective as the attacking team is taking it. If we pause it here, you can see that they currently have 1.5 sections captured. Now once the enemies are all killed, you can now see that the bar starts to go down. But as I said, since they did capture one of the 3 sections in full already, it'll stay that way forever now. So even though it does take forever to capture one of these objectives, you at least have some leeway since it essentially saves your progress as long as you capture a section in full. So you may be asking, what's the reward of capturing these objectives? Well, obviously, besides attempting to score your team a win, you do get some points out of these. Now, as I said, each objective has 3 sections you need to capture before capturing the entire thing. The first 2 sections you capture give you 50 points towards your score streaks. If you're on the objective for the 3rd and final section capture, you'll get 100 points. So in total, you can get 200 points for a full capture. And again, that's 50 for the first portion, 50 for the second portion, and 100 for the final portion. Now considering 200 points is identical to capturing a flag in domination, I'd say it's a bit underwhelming, especially since you can capture a domination flag insanely fast compared to this. There is some good news here though. If you help to capture the objective at all and then get off of it, you'll still receive 100 points if your teammates capture it, provided you remain alive, that is. So for example, let's say you jumped on objective A for 5 seconds and then got off to go get some kills. In the meantime, let's say some of your teammates captured A the rest of the way. The moment they capture it, you'll get that 100-point bonus as well, and it'll notify you of how much you helped capture in a percentage. Now as far as I could tell, as long as you helped capture for even 1 second, you'll still get rewarded that 100 points if your teammates finish the job. Now as for attacking and defending in an objective, you get 125 points for killing an attacker, 125 for killing a defender, and 125 points if you kill an enemy in the zone while you're in the zone as well. Of note, I noticed you just had to be near one of these zones and not actually in it for the killed a defender or killed an attacker bonus to pop up. And by the way, killing an enemy normally in this game mode is worth 100 points. So the first to win 3 rounds is the winner. which potentially can force 5 rounds. And oddly enough, the rounds have a very short time limit of 1 minute and 30 seconds. However, the timer is paused every time someone is capturing an objective. In addition, if the attacking team successfully captures the first objective, an entire minute is added to the clock. So what are my thoughts on this new game mode? Personally, I wasn't a fan. Let me explain myself though. So picture this. Let's say you're playing solo when the game comes out and you get an entire team of Christmas noobs as teammates. If these guys are wank on the cob, they could instantly deplete your pool of 25 lives and cost you the match. Even if you're a pro caliber player, if your teammates are newbie boobies, you'll be at a massive disadvantage. And I'll tell you one thing for sure, for a full squad of 5 players that actually play together, this mode will be XP heaven. You can win these matches insanely fast. Like I said, you can deplete those 25 lives effortlessly, which ends the round. Now imagine going up against a team of 5 pub stompers. You and your team would be wrecked in no time at all. So in order to make this mode a fan favorite, I think they do need to fine tune it a bit. Maybe they could increase the life pool to 30 or even 35 lives, but they might need to increase the round duration by a minute as well though. I also feel like the point total for capturing an objective is way too low. Like I mentioned earlier, you get the same points for capturing a flag in domination, and that can be done in half the time that it takes in this game mode. Still, I applaud Treyarch for coming up with something new that essentially blends together multiple fan favorite game modes. So let me know in the comments what you think of this game mode based on how I've explained it. I'm sure this will be playable when the beta comes out, so be sure to give this game mode a whirl yourself and give some honest feedback to the developers.